Tonelli never has to buy a ticket as long as he lives. He has a special card.
What do you think of this card?
What is it, the National Football League?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Why don't you go down to gate 1 and see if you can go in there?
You ever see one before?
No, sir, I haven't.
How did you get this?
No, it was given to me by the National Football League.
We've never seen one.
Don't you see any one of those?
It's the first one I've seen. So it gets you in every game?
Any game but the Super Bowl.
Tonelli didn't receive his lifetime VIP pass for being an NFL star. Although when he joined the Chicago Cardinals in 1940, glory on the gridiron seemed a good bet. Motts was a hometown hero, but his NFL career was cut short by the service in 1941. Tonelli was stationed in the Philippines, and when World War II began, he was one of 70,000 soldiers captured by the Japanese. Though sick and fighting infection, these prisoners of war began the Bataan Death March.
The arrow up here shows you where we walked. 7 days, about 70 miles. And then up to here, we went on boxcars. Soldiers would die in the boxcar and they wouldn't fall down. That's how jammed we were in these boxcars. We had it figured out that if we lasted there so many days, I don't remember, the whole camp would have been wiped out.
Only 23,000 survived the march. Those who were left were put on a ship and faced an even more hellish journey.
It took us 64 days to go from Manila to Moji, Japan. And that was in the bottom of the boat, no toilets, no lights, very little air. The things that happened down there, it's not something to talk about that you would think would be human. We had no marking at all that it was a POW ship or anything like that. When they would turn the engine off, and you knew when they turned the screw off the propeller that they were in submarine territory. You could hear the American planes flying over, and several of those boats were sunk and hit on the way to Japan. They called those the hell ships. When we landed in Japan, they gave us a number. It was just a little number that you'd sew it on your hat. It was 58, and that was my number at Notre Dame. It sort of cheered me up, you know. It gave me a feeling that I was going to make it.
After the war, fewer than 9,000 returned home. Motts lost more than 100 pounds.
I was stupid enough to think that I could come back and get healthy and play again. Yeah, it was my desire to play. And when Bidwell first told me that he would give me a contract, I felt happy about it. I'm grateful, very grateful for Charlie Bidwell. He really started my life again.
Charles Bidwell gave Motts something money can't buy. He gave Motts hope. The Cardinals got a war hero. Tonelli got something more.
The time you served in the Army counted towards your pension. So if it hadn't been for Charlie to give me the contract, I'd have never had the pension that I have today.
After 42 months as a prisoner of war, Mario could no longer compete at the NFL level. After a year, he left the Cardinals and entered politics, becoming the youngest Republican ever to serve as Cook County Commissioner in Chicago.
People in America don't realize how fortunate they are today. When you lose your freedom, you lose a lot of the stuff you have in you, because you have no voice of anything you want to do. If they tell you to jump, you jump. There's been a big price paid for the freedom that we have today. And I don't want to talk about me. I'm talking about all veterans, all wars.
It's a freedom built on values. And in many ways, the game of football mirrors those same values: dedication, commitment, teamwork. Over time, many have worn the uniform of our country. Some have worn the uniform of our favorite team. Only a select few have been honored by wearing both.
I'm grateful for everything that I had to endure during my 82 years in the world. If I had to do it over again, if I had to do it over, I think I would do it.